Hi everyone, it's Tammy Mastroberte with Elevated Existence. Let me ask you, do you ever wish that you could get help making a decision on something? Or that an outcome would turn out well? Do you ever worry or fear about the outcome of something? Or just wish that once something could just run smoothly for you and you don't have to deal with all the different obstacles that life throws your way? Well, I'm going to let you in on a secret weapon of mine that is available to all of us. I like to call it my elevated reinforcements. So, what do I mean by elevated reinforcements? The word reinforcement, literally, if you look it up, is about adding strength or strengthening. It's actually, one definition says it's adding extra personnel to increase your strength. So when we hear the word reinforcements, we think, well, the military and the police will call in extra reinforcements, right? But what I'm talking about is elevated reinforcements, because my reinforcements come from a higher source. They come from spirit. So what I want to talk to you about today is quickly how you can use the power of these reinforcements that are available in all areas of your life. To me, whether you're making a decision or whether you're looking for an outcome in something, or you just need help getting through your day, or you just want that parking spot that you don't have to drive around for hours when you're doing holiday shopping, right? All of these apply. So what I do is I call in, when I talk about reinforcements, I talk about my angels, guides, loved ones who had passed on the other side, and anybody that's in my soul community. And by that I mean there can be people on the other side that are part of our community, our soul group, our soul family, that maybe we've never met before in this life, or we've never met in any of our lives, but they're still there and they're still working on our behalf. So what I think of when I call in reinforcements is, to me, it's a form of prayer. It's really a form of prayer and of asking for guidance or for help. And when we talk about the power of prayer, there have been numerous studies on the fact that prayer works. Prayer calls in these unseen forces. And there's been so many studies on it. One that completely blew my mind that I just want to share with you, and then I'm going to tell you exactly how to do this and who to call in, is there was a study in the Journal of Reproductive Medicine where they had 200 women who were infertile or deemed infertile and trying to get pregnant. They split the group into two people, and they had a group, half of that group, there were people praying for them, and they were not aware of the fact that people were praying for them. They just had people praying for this group of people, and then the other women were doing the same thing, but there was nobody praying for them. And the results were that the women in the group that were being prayed for were twice as likely to get pregnant compared to those who were not in the group being prayed for. And these are people that didn't even realize that someone was praying for them. So what I want to share with you is, when we're talking about the power of our elevated reinforcements, there's two situations that I rely on all the time. Number one, I always call them in at the start of my day. So as part of my morning prayer, some of you know, some of you have my morning prayer. As part of that, I always call them in and ask them for help opening myself up to signs and synchronicities they send me that day, asking them for maybe a particular situation that I'm going through, or a decision that needs to be made, or anything that I know I'm facing that day. I ask them to be with me and to send me the signs and help me recognize them when they come. So that's something that I do every day, and I collectively call in my angels, my guides, loved ones on the other side. And then I'll also ask for specific help from maybe specific angels or specific entities that I want to call in for help that day. And then the other way that I use it is I call on them in the moment. So sometimes when we're frazzled and we're crazy and we're just trying to think of something, or we're trying to make a decision on something, we forget that we can take 60 seconds to ask for help. And I have done this so many times when I remember to do it, because I'm in the moment too, and sometimes I completely forget that I have this elevated help. But I've done it so many times where I will just 60 seconds, the people I'm with don't even know I'm doing it. And I'll do it really quick in my own head, and I'll surround myself with light, and I call in and I say, please just help me with this situation. Let this we're struggling in this. Help us come to a conclusion. Or this isn't working out right. And it can be something small, like putting together a piece of furniture and everything is going wrong. Or, trying to, there was a situation once with me, and I've told the story before, about a cat that I had. She actually passed away in December. She was 17 years old. And years before that, I was trying to do a homeopathic remedy on her. And it was literally just water. I mean, it tasted like nothing, but she thought I was coming at her with something that was going to kill her. So she just ran all over and I couldn't get her. And I was almost in tears because I'm thinking, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to give you something that is good for you. And you're not even letting me near you. And all I had to do was squirt a little bit of the water in her mouth. And it was the first time I was giving it to her and I was freaking out. And then I remembered, wait a minute. And I stopped and I said the prayer. And within 2 minutes, this cat who, any of you who have cats, they will go to the it's ridiculous to try and get them to back down. I mean, they will hide, they will go under the bed, they will go behind the toilet. I mean, insane. This cat literally walked up to me and laid down in front of me and allowed me to do it. And it's one of the most extreme examples that I've seen. And I just said, please, I'm trying to help her. Let her realize that. Just let me get this into her. Once I do it one time, I know she's going to realize it's not a big deal. And it helped and it worked. So that's an extreme example. But when you're in the moment, you can call on elevated help. And you will be amazed at how quickly it works and the difference that it will make. So those are the two things that I use all the time. The other thing I want to talk to you about is some people say to me, well, who do I call on? And yes, you can call on like I said, I collectively call on angels and guides. I call on loved ones on the other side. But there are also specific angels that you can call on or specific, gods and goddesses that you can call on. And you can even call on people that maybe you didn't know in this lifetime. So maybe you're trying to invent something. You can call on Benjamin Franklin. What if you are trying to, figure something out and you call on Albert Einstein? I mean, you can call on anybody. And the reason I even think about that way is because I remember a couple of years back I interviewed Wayne Dyer's daughters after he passed away. And one of the things that he said, and he really, really wanted to get across through a medium, that he said to both of them over and over was, please let people know they can call on me. They don't have to be my family. I don't have to have even met them in this lifetime. But if they call on me, I'll be there for them. So call on Wayne Dyer with something if you're trying to do something in the spiritual field or if you're trying to, bring his teachings more into your own life and into your own heart. But I want to just give you a couple of examples of people that you might be able to call on. So when we're talking about angels, of course, there's archangels. Archangel Michael, if you need protection from something, if you're having a technical difficulty, or you need something with anything mechanical or electrical, you can call on Archangel Michael. Anything to do with healing, Raphael, Archangel Raphael is always the go-to. The name Raphael actually means God heals. So anytime, and I actually call Archangel Michael and Raphael in as part of my morning prayer every morning because I think they are, two angels that I want on my side that day. Another one is Archangel Gabriel, who is the angel of communication and anything to do, so if you're a writer, Archangel Gabriel is amazing. And then also anything to do with children, so pregnancy, childbirth, parenting, you can call on Archangel Gabriel. There's also the Hindu god Ganesh. So many people know Ganesh. He's known for the elephant head. That is someone that you can call on if you're just constantly running up against obstacles, or you just want something to run smoothly and you want these obstacles. He's literally the remover of obstacles. Another one, if you're dealing with money issues, prosperity, anything to do with wealth, the Hindu goddess Lakshmi. That is somebody that you can call on, and there's even chants that you can do that go directly to that goddess. So there's so many different options. And again, and I just want to preface this because some people think, well, that's not my religion. Or if you want to call on, maybe St. Francis of Assisi, who's known for animals and the environment, and you think, well, I'm not Catholic. Something I learned years ago after my mother first died, I had gone to a medium named George Anderson. This was back in 2000. And I remember him saying, as he was reading us, that certain saints, we were brought up Catholic, so certain saints were showing up and things like that. And at the end of the reading, I remember him saying to us, sometimes I'll do these readings and different entities show up based on that person's religion or that person's background. But it's the same energy. So if you're familiar with Mother Mary, that energy will show up as Mother Mary. If you're familiar with something else, the energy will show up as something else. So please don't feel that it's not my religion, so I can't, or I wasn't brought up with that, so I can't call on that. That's not the case at all, because it's really just this energy is what it is, and whatever you grew up with, that's how it will appear to you. So hopefully that helps you guys, and definitely try the elevated reinforcements the next time, whether it's today or this week, that you are coming up against something. You can either do it beforehand and know that you're facing that, like I start my day every day with it, or you can do it right in the moment when something is happening and you think, who can I call on, or I need extra help with this, or I have to give my cat this homeopathic medication, somebody help me. So give it a try, let me know how it goes, and call in the elevated help, and I will see you next time.